everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Human Trafficking Hater. On this week's episode, we are going to take a look at the world of K-pop and sex trafficking. If you are not sure what K-pop is, it is the Korean pop music industry. K-pop, or Korean pop music, has grown in popularity over the years, with its unique blend of choreography, outfits, and the various performers who display larger-than-life personalities. However, horrifying scandals such as sex trafficking, drug trafficking, blackmail, and sexual violence have revealed a dark side within the world of K-pop. On today's episode, we will look at different cases where multiple women were lured in by a larger-than-life appeal for K-pop, only to be deceived into physical abuse, rape, and sex trafficking. Now, on with the episode. In 2019, 7 Brazilian women in their 20s and 30s traveled to South Korea, hoping to join the multi-billion-dollar K-pop industry with the hopes of becoming superstars themselves. Instead, they found themselves being trafficked into prostitution. The women arrived in South Korea around early July, after being in contact with a man over social media who promised them a free round-trip flight ticket. Additionally, the women were offered to pose as models, as well as being able to learn how to become K-pop performers. However, when they arrived in South Korea, their passports were taken away and they were locked in houses. They were then sold to a massage parlor for around 2 million won each, about $1,600 US. The South Korean police were informed of such activity taking place due to one of the women contacting her embassy in South Korea. The police then raided a massage parlor in a city just north of Seoul, where 3 Brazilian women were rescued. 3 days later, police rescued 4 more Brazilian women from a house in another city just north of Seoul. The women were eventually moved to a shelter where police said that 7 women were severely traumatized, and in a statement the police said, "We think that there could be more people involved in the operation and possibly someone above who was organizing." The police official also noted that it was rare to see South American victims in a sex trafficking case in South Korea. On November 29, 2019, K-pop megastars Jung Jun-young and Choi Jong-hoon were sentenced to 5 to 6 years in prison each, after a South Korean court found them guilty of gang raping unconscious drunk women. The judge in this case, Judge Kang, expressed to the court that Jung's victims were drunk and unable to resist. Further, Judge Kang mentioned that Jung recorded these women naked and having sex, then shared these recordings in a private group chat. The cases against these men was discovered by police during an investigation of another K-pop star in the same group chat, but this individual ran a popular club called the Burning Sun, which is located in an upscale part of Seoul. The various crimes that have occurred in this club consist of bribery, rape, forcing women into prostitution, and drug trafficking. One of the things that has become overlooked in South Korean society is the gender inequalities. Women are routinely treated as sexual commodities in South Korea's male chauvinistic culture, as stated by Ms. Young, who is a women's studies scholar and visiting professor at Korea National University of Arts. Ms. Young also mentions, girls in South Korea grow up admiring and loving K-pop boy bands. The misogynistic behavior of male K-pop stars, who enjoyed financial and popular support from mostly female fans, is a shocking hypocrisy and act of betrayal. South Korea, like other Asian countries, is a rising economic power that has also seen a steady rise in sex trafficking. It holds what is known as a golden triangle of the sex industry, where it acts as 1, a country of origin in which native women and children are exported internationally, 2, a country of destination for foreign victims who are imported before being internally trafficked, and 3, a country of transit in which sex traffickers use it as a stop before export to other countries, primarily China and Russia. In a recent interview, a woman named Madam Violet, who has a huge reputation in LA's Koreatown as a small business owner, sat down and shared her story of being trafficked in the world of K-pop. Many in LA's Koreatown say that she was a former K-pop idol trainee who came to America after a scandalous affair. Others have said that she was a former actor/trainee who simply didn't make it in show business. With all the speculation and legend surrounding Madam Violet, the interview with Miss Violet was not only horrifying, but showed once again the dangers of being trafficked. For example, Madam Violet was trafficked in a multinational sex trafficking ring that was based in Seoul. Like many women who have been in her position, she was a teen runaway from a poor family in search of something better for her life. Instead, she was lied to and exploited. At 13 years old, a man tried to rape her but was unsuccessful due to Madam Violet fighting back. Unfortunately, This man beat her until she blacked out. And when she woke up, she was inside of a van with two unknown men, with one of them being upset while talking on a car phone. She remembers hearing the person holding the phone say these words, "Don't worry, she's still fresh." The person pauses. "It was her fault. She's a hard one, and I'll sell her cheap." During the rest of the interview, she goes into explicit detail about some of the things that she's endured while being trafficked. Towards the end of the interview, she becomes more and more quiet and not wanting to continue because, as she stated, "I said what I needed to say. Don't feel bad. I agreed to this. I'm not angry, and you don't ever need to think you did anything wrong. I guess I'm surprised people like you care. Like I said before, what I went through isn't just my story. It's a story of thousands. Remember that." Even just reading her words, it was apparent the trauma from so many years ago was something she still dealt with on a daily basis. That is all for this week's episode, but let me know in the comment section what you think about K-pop. Is it more dangerous than the music scene in the US or anywhere else in the world? Or is this just what happens when there are billions of dollars available and the opportunity to exploit the vulnerable? I look forward to hearing what you have to say on this. And remember, if you want to see more episodes like this, be sure to click on the subscribe button because there are new episodes all the time and you don't want to miss them. Thanks for watching.